Let me add one more thing about the Second Amendment because I didn't cover all the bases I wanted to about that. Um, uh, Again, when it comes to the Second Amendment, you always find that people on the right just flat out don't know, number one, what the Second Amendment is, number two, the history of the Second Amendment. Did you know there's basically two reasons why the Second Amendment is what it is? Number one, it was put into the Constitution as essentially a bargaining chip to try to get Virginia to join the Union because they were afraid that their slaves were going to escape to the North. So they added the Second Amendment to let them know, hey, you know what? You guys can assemble militias and you can be armed. So if your slaves escape, you can stop them, right? That was one of the main reasons for the Second Amendment. So, I mean, just knowing that, I mean, that shows you the whole narrative of, oh, it's to stop the last line of defense against tyranny. No, that's simply not what it was for. That whole mythology is made up. And the second reason for the Second Amendment is about standing armies. How the founding fathers were very afraid of the idea that if we're not at war, that if we have a military sitting around at home, that it's actually a threat to the government because the military will then possibly try to overthrow the government. So they said, in times of peace, we're supposed to disband the military. So they said you would be allowed to form militias in that case. So basically, why am I saying all this? It just goes down to the history of the Second Amendment and the fact that virtually everybody, I don't think I've ever debated somebody who would disagree with me on the issue, but also knows the facts. Once you know the facts and the history of the Second Amendment, then all of a sudden you go, oh yeah, I guess they make absolutely no sense when they say you can't touch my AR-15.